Morning, sir.
Okay, so I think we were discussing on stages of supply chain, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll be moving ahead with our discussions. I think we have finished the discussion on stages of supply chain, where we have seen that supply chain consists of almost all the processes now which are required to manufacture the product. So it starts from supplier to customers, and it is related towards not only product flow but information flow, then money flow, then returns, then material and whatever. So all these now the flows now they will be related to the supply chain management. So we have seen that now there are different stages of supply chain, where first stage is supplier, then it goes to manufacturer, then it is distributor, then dealer, and then customer. But we have also seen that now with changing businesses, now these all stages may not be necessary. Some stages now they may be missing, or maybe some idea will come in future, or where some stages now the new stages may be added. But as on today, the stages are like people are trying to eliminate the dealers and distributors, and so it can be directly send the materials from manufacturers to the users or customers. But there will be always not the one stage of suppliers, because it is observed by industries that manufacturing is not necessarily always profitable. So you can go for branding, you can get it manufactured from outside, brand it and sell it with your name. So that stage of manufacturing also many times can be eliminated, but suppliers cannot be. So suppliers will be always integral part of your or stage of your supply chain. Now, then we were discussing on phases of supply chain, and the most important phase now the of supply chain, which we have discussed that day, was decision phases. As we have discussed that when we talk about any supply chain, the first thing of supply chain is a designing supply chain. Designing supply chain is a strategic decision. It has long term impact, because once you decide your supply chain, then it becomes complicated to change the decisions, because designing supply chain means deciding where are your manufacturing plants. So as we have seen that now this is strategic decision. Then we have to decide that now where will be your warehousing facilities, what production facilities you will be using, what will be your manufacturing uh, uh, arrangements of your machines. So we have seen that there can be a layout. So layout is also a part of supply chain management, whether you will be going for a product layout or whether you will be going for process layout. So that layouting is also a part of supply chain design. Then we have seen that now then transportation, modes of transportation from different legs of supply chain, means from supplier to warehouse, to manufacturing plant, how that material may be transported. And there may be different legs of supply chain. Maybe sometimes now when you are importing materials or you are purchasing materials from long distances, or even whenever it is short distance, then there are some systems in supply chain where you can club the materials and then you can send it to the manufacturer. Now suppose now you need the different raw materials from different industries. Now they assume, they take the example that you have manufacturing plant at Mumbai and you are receiving the raw materials from Pune, Nasik, and suppose Surat. So there are different ways. Now you can get the truckload capacity, that a capacity which a truck can have from either Surat or Nasik or Pune, or you can combine the materials, and in between, if possible, then you can mix, and then you can use the transportation facility for different components. This is required in order to reduce the cycle times of the products. If you want not to keep much inventory of each product, then you can purchase half load capacity from Pune, and the same truck will go to Nasik, and half load will be pulled over there, and then it can come to Mumbai. So this is possible, which can reduce your transportation cost. What will be the best optimum way of moving the goods and using transportation facilities and capacities? Now that is also a part of supply chain design. Or rather, while deciding your warehouses and suppliers, this part also should be considered, because many times whenever now customers or industries now they go for supplier and costing of the supplier, now it goes for the naked cost of the product, and then transportation cost, insurance, and all these now the costs now you need to add. They may be different for different locations, and so the decision for deciding suppliers also should be considered, that now the what is distance and how will be transportation mode. So that is also part of a supply chain design, where transportation modes along with different shipping legs, as it is mentioned now here, is decided. And again, one more important aspect of decision phases of supply chain is deciding the information systems. Because what do you understand by information system, types of information system, or what information systems are required? Why this is considered as a decision phase of strategy or design? Yes, anybody? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So why this information system is coming here?
So feedback by the customer.
Feedback, yes. No, my question is why it is coming into a strategic design phase or design phase, because in design phase we will not consider the small things, but it is mentioned here that this is also a part now which is to be considered at design phase. So question is why it is strategically important. Are you getting my question?
For forecasting.
No, for whatever purpose. I'm not talking about purpose. My question is why we are discussing that in the strategic or design stage. What is its significance of information system as far as manufacturing plants or industries are concerned?
It is important to consider how collect the information and use them. Use it.
Yeah, information is required everywhere. Even if you don't have an information system, then also you will need to collect the information and you will do that. Now, my question is why it is strategically important. Okay, what are the tools now which can be used for these information systems? To decide information system means what? What we will be deciding? Are you getting my question?
Yes, sir.
क्या डिसाइड करेंगे, मतलब ये मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ये इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम डिसाइड करेंगे. मींस सपोज if you are thinking that now you will be designing manufacturing system, then in that case now you will be deciding what type of machines will be required, how will be keeping these machines, what will be layout of these machines, then what will be its load on each machine, so how many machines of each type should be, like scheduling sequencing जो करते हैं वो करेंगे हम प्रोडक्शन सिस्टम डिजाइन करते वक्त. Isn't it? Suppose that now the आपका एक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एक प्रोडक्शन चेन है और एक प्रोडक्शन लाइन है जिसमें आपको one product now, the one type of product now the is moving. I think you understand this product production lines. Is it clear to you how these production
Yes,
lines
sir.
are designed? So you will decide. Suppose आपने एक या group technology. I think you may be knowing group technology. Group technology study किया आपने? Is it known or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in group technology, what we do, we normally collect the or group the items now which need identical type of processes. So all these items are grouped together, and this is required to make some production system which will be dedicated for that group. Many times what happens, actually ideally it is expected that for each product now you will have some different production line, so that ये mix नहीं होगा, production capacity will be very fast. आपको sequencing change नहीं करना पड़ेगा, आपको machines के settings change नहीं करने पड़ेंगे. Otherwise usually production में क्या होता है कि एक production line है आपका, and then one product goes now we manufacture in batches. Suppose एक 1000 का batch है, तो 1000 का batch होने के बाद आपको दूसरा product लेना पड़ता है, and then we have to make the changes. Setting change karo, sequencing change karo. Maybe it happens that the processing time on one machine does not match with the processing time of another machine, and at some machines now there is waiting period. Waiting period either for the material or waiting for the machine. So isme your overall production time will be more, cycle time will be more, and there will be wastage of the resources, wastage of time or wastage of machine or wastage of waiting of your operators. So in order to avoid that, now we can have small batches. That also small batches also reduces your inventory, and this is required for just-in-time manufacturing concepts or lean manufacturing concept, where we eliminate the leans or waste elimination. So in that case, now if we have to arrange the machines, then that is called as a manufacturing design. So we will say that now the यहाँ पे एक lathe machine, one lathe machine is sufficient, but we will need two drilling machines. So after lathe machine, we will have two drilling machines. Then we will have some one milling machines. So likewise, this will be a production design. Similarly, information system design मतलब क्या? What information systems are required for industries?
We need to decide beforehand what information or what value variable will ask
Yes, what are
for.
these systems? Although I am asking, what are these systems, or what are these tools which are used for managing inventory, managing information? Sorry, कौन से tools in industries use करती है? You know them? Yes, exactly. Nirupti, yes, this is ERP. Isn't that? You know that? What is that? Nirupti, can you focus on this?
Enterprise resource planning.
Yes, it is required. What is ERP?
Sir, to manage all things resources.
Hmm?
To manage the resources.
No, yes, that is the reason. But what is that? What is ERP?
Sir, it is a software
Okay.
that shares information about the
Okay.
industry.
Anybody else? Monil, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Any idea about ERPs? Can you please focus on it?
So you are asking examples of an ERP software?
No, whatever you know about ERPs.
Okay, I mean, for example, Oracle Enterprise,
Yeah.
SAP.
Yes. Yes, it is not SAP, it is SAP. SAP मत बोलो, ये SAP वालों को बहुत गुस्सा आता है.
Sorry, sir.
Don't say it's SAP, it is SAP.
Okay.
SAP बोलेंगे तो SAP वालों को बहुत गुस्सा आता है.
Okay.
It's not, it is SAP. So whenever आप refer करेंगे तो इसको SAP मत बोलो, क्योंकि that is not a professional word. It is SAP. Okay. How it functions now? What does it do?
Sir, it basically connects all aspects of
Yes.
the work. It is basically everyday aspects like business and everything like that.
Yes, exactly. Now see, ERP is nothing but it is enterprise resource planning. Yeah. Just we will have some refresh. We will refresh the concept of ERP. ERP is enterprise resource planning. Now it is, in fact, it is a software. it is a dependent software. It has different modules now, which starts from procurement, or some people say as materials module. Then there is manufacturing module. Then there is finance module. Then there is HR module. So all these different modules take care of different activities related to that particular domain. Usually what happens now, if suppose we are not using ERP software, then we receive the material in purchasing, isn't it? How industries operate now, we usually give orders to our suppliers. Supplier deliver the product, then we receive the product in our inventory. Then these inventories are stored in your internal stores of the plants. And then whenever it is required, these manufacturing people go to store and they receive the material. Or sometimes now there may be some system that there is Kanban cards or some uh, their internal system now, where you can put the demand, or maybe through soft computers now, you can put the demand and then receive the material. Now then, whenever this production is manufactured, then this one batch will be going from one machine or one workstation to another workstation to third workstation. Then it will be assembled somewhere, and then it will be, once it is assembled, then inspections, it's checking, testing, all these things will be done. And once it is approved, then we will say that final product is done, and then it will be kept for the sent for the sales. दिस इज यूजुअल वे. इसमें होता क्या है कि इसमें बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है कि इंफॉर्मेशन आपको मिलती नहीं है. यू डोंट गेट नाउ द एनी इंफॉर्मेशन. In that case, now you don't know how much inventory you are having, isn't it? Now unless and until you don't go there and ask, now उसके बाद में, if suppose inventory is not available, then you will come to know that now इसका inventory नहीं है. Then there will be stoppage of production, isn't it? Then you have to other think that now ये सभी इसका product है, इसका material नहीं है, तो क्या करेंगे, कौन सा production line पे हम करेंगे? So that becomes a problem. In case of assembly and manufacturing, when you are assembling different parts, you don't understand that now the assembly के लिए suppose 5 different components are required. We have 5 different components, at what stage they are, that you don't know. किसका कितना capacity available है for assembling, that also is not known if you are not using some system. Once you assemble that, आपके स्टोरेजेस में या फिर आपके जो डीलर्स हैं, डीलर्स के पास कितने प्रोडक्ट्स अवेलेबल हैं, दैट आल्सो यू डोंट अंडरस्टैंड. सो दिस इज जस्ट लाइक अ ब्लाइंड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग whenever you don't have much updated information. Otherwise आप क्या करेंगे, आप मेल से ले लेंगे दिल्ली का information and then you will be collecting that all information. So it has great drawback now for getting information. Now the requirement of today's industries are not only to get information, but the requirement is to get the information immediately. up to date information, बहुत urgent information मिलना बहुत जरूरी है. That is what is done by ERP. Usually now, if you take example now, suppose now you are consider anybody as a patient. Consider you are a patient. Then actually what happens now, we go to doctor and then we consult that, and then doctor thinks that now इसका कुछ blood test करना चाहिए. Then what he says now, he prescribes something, these tests now to be get it done, and you can go to some specific lab if he mentions. Otherwise you can go to any lab. Then you give sample, then वो लोग बोलते हैं कि आपको शाम को आ जाओ, आपको रिपोर्ट मिलेगा या फिर कल रिपोर्ट मिलेगा, depending upon what are the tests. And then it takes time. उसके बाद में फिर आपको डॉक्टर के पास लेके जाना पड़ता है रिपोर्ट, and then he will say that नहीं मैंने जो दवाई दिया था that is okay, otherwise now you need to change this medicine. So this takes lot of time, isn't it? So पहले जो डॉक्टर ने आपको सजेस्ट किया है, that is without the reports now which he has got. So it spends a lot of time. Now instead of that, now if you are going to corporate hospitals, then what is the facility? Now doctor immediately will ask the nurse to take the blood sample. They have their own laboratories. Now this will be tested in short time, and the reports will be sent directly to the doctor and the patient on their mobiles or their mails. And so see how fast now that is there. In some cases now you may get the report in half an hour, and in that case doctor can suggest appropriate treatment. You can get the appropriate treatment immediately, and the recovery rate of the patient will be very, very fast. So this work is actually done. ERP यही करता है. ERP क्या करता है कि it collects all information and make it available to all the users. जो बाकी सॉफ्टवेयर में आप नहीं कर सकते. ERP, what ERP does? Now the ERP, see whenever now you have given some order to one supplier one, two, three. Now, what is the stage of manufacturing at supplier's end? That also update also you will be getting in your industry, and it will not only be available to purchasing people or procurement people, but it will be available for manufacturing people. It will also be available for your marketing team. So then marketing team will understand that how much material is with us, what is the status of raw material. Based upon that, now they can push the demands now to manufacturing team, isn't it? Or you can understand that how much material now is available with your stores. Everybody will understand, and accordingly, marketing team will push some of the products now whose inventory is very high into their storages, and accordingly they will give demand or manage demand only for manufacturing of the items for which there is no inventory or lot of inventory is available depending upon situation. So this is advantage of ERP, and so this is helping a lot for reducing your lead times. This is helping a lot for reducing your cost, and it is helping a lot for increasing your productivities. if आपका इन्वेंटरी कम होता है, if आपके प्रोडक्ट्स लेस टाइम में मैन्युफैक्चर होते हैं, लीड टाइम्स कम हो जाता है. If you know proper information, and because of that you can stop some of the materials to receive in the factory, it will help a lot for reducing the cost. And so this has become essential part of that. And so this is also part of supply chain, and we should decide now what type of ERPs now we are going to uh, purchase for the industry. Yes, there are few, as we have seen that now. Yes, SAP is there. SAP is having a maximum share as far as now the ERP market is concerned, and most of the industries are using SAP. SAP has a great uh, help as far as procurement or their materials module is concerned, and even manufacturing module is concerned. There are different, like Oracle financials is there, Oracle manufacturing is there, which helps you to integrate now the all these things. There are like JD Edwards, and lot many are there. Now, depending upon their domains, in some domain industries, some of the ERPs are good, but in most of the cases, now the SAP has dominance, yeah, as far as now the ERP market is concerned. So this is what is a decision phase. So which ERP is to be selected? Now that is also a that is also a critical decision. That is also long term decision, because why it is a strategic decision deciding ERP, procurement of ERP. Why this could be a strategic? Kaveri, am I audible to you? Yeah, why it could be strategic decision? Nikhil,
Yes, sir.
yeah, why could it be strategic decision?
So because there are different type of ERP systems, so which will be suitable to our system or company. So we have to choose according to that.
Yes, exactly. But I'm asking why it is strategic decision. Yesterday we have discussed that what are strategic, because these are the decisions now which have long-term impact on businesses. So why then it is strategic?
Because changing ERP is a difficult and expensive
Why
procedure. So
difficult?
once
Yeah,
we
it is expensive. This is one thing, and then why it is difficult? Why it is difficult, Atharva? Yes, you're right, but why it is like?
because it spreads across the entire like enterprise. So we have to change ERP, we have to make to each and every sector sort of.
Arno?
Because basically entire enterprise we have to make changes to if we change the ERP, right?
Yes, yes, exactly. Now see, ERP is not just like a software that you purchase and just uh, yes, data transfer is difficult. Yes, Harshal, but this is not just a simple software like your office or something, some software like you have got the CD and then installed and that's done. It's not like that. In fact, now the ERP needs customization. Now, once you purchase some license of suppose now the SAP, then you cannot just download the keys and implement. Now, a lot of customization is required. Customization in the sense now the आपके products क्या है, उसके specifications क्या है, what are the materials, who are your suppliers, then what are the banks now the with whom now you are doing businesses, then where are your clients, where are your warehouses. So all these information now the is need to be included. And so that customization is the major part as far as implementation of ERP is concerned. Yes, cost is one thing. Now they are not cheap, they are costly. And if you want to change that, then customization takes about 6 months to maybe 2 years. Then that much time is wasted. Yes, again training and lot many things now you need to do, because once you decided that what ERP you will be purchasing, then purchasing of the software and then getting it to the function now the needs lot of time. And what these people are doing, this their job is not only to sell ERP, but customization of that ERP is the major part. So most of the engineers now who are working with these they are doing customization. There are two parts now the as far as ERPs are concerned. One is functional part and another one is the programming part. So programming ke liye, then ABAP जैसे languages they use. Usually now this is work of IT and computer people, so they will be doing programming for all these functionalities. But apart from that, they will not understand. Suppose if you are using this ERP for some mechanical industry, then the concepts they will not understand. They will not understand engineering drawings. They will not understand the products. They will not understand the assemblies of these products. So functional team is required. So the functional team, the main work of the functional team is to integrate now all these things, customize these things, and get the function done from that. And so this is design piece, important piece of supply chain. Okay, any doubts till now?
No, sir.
Okay. Now moving ahead, now the next phase of the supply chain is planning phase. Now, once we have decided in design phase, what we have done, we have decided now the how our supply chain will be. हमने design किया, मतलब just like now you design some machine, you design in machine design whatever products you design all means आप dimensions final करते हो, आप specifications final करते हो, you decide materials, you decide tolerances, then then this everything is decided. Now that design is done. आप कोई civil engineer if suppose building design करता है, तो he decides the what will be sizes, then कौन से facilities होंगे and all that design. So similarly in supply chain also you have design the supply chain, जहाँ पे आपने decide किया कि how will be the where will be locations of your facilities, then how will you transport the goods, now where will be your suppliers, then how the transportation will be done, how will be you mixing materials now in order to reduce your times, then how will be production facility, and then how information system now will be implemented now for taking care of all these functions. So this is what now you have designed, so that your supply chain is now designed. Now the next part of for stage of phase of supply chain is now the planning phase. Now the एक तो हो गया कि आपने design किया. Now we are moving slowly towards the functional part of supply chain management and actually getting the supply chains into functions. Then in planning phase, now what do you need? Now you need forecasting of the products. Now how much you will be selling. So this is again important aspects. Now the forecast now they gives you idea about what will be your businesses. And accuracy of forecast is a big challenge, because there are not many things now when you forecast demands of any product. There is uncertainty, there is flexibility, there is change in passions, there is change in demand of the customer, there is possibility of more competitions now into the market, or there may be some changes now in the government policies now which may affect on the demands, or there may be some pandemic like COVID which will change all your forecast, and everything will be changed. So there will be some unexpected things also now which will affect on demand. And so this is again the decision piece now where you have to decide that now how much will be our sales, and accordingly you need to do all facilities, because it is required, forecasting is required for all strategic decisions. कैपेसिटी डिसाइड करने के लिए आपको फोरकास्ट चाहिए, आपके ट्रांसपोर्टिंग नेटवर्क डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन नेटवर्क डिसाइड करने के लिए यू नीड फोरकास्ट. मतलब if you know how much will be sales for the product in south, depending upon that you will decide the network, transportation network, warehousing network, dealers network. Now that will be decided based on forecast. So this is very important phase of supply chain forecasting. Then there is material supply network. Like the material supply network is a transportation network. Then how will be your transport? How you will be? How frequently you will be moving the materials? What will be the mode of transportations? All these things. So there are different methods that we are going to study in detail later on. That how this can be optimized. Then subcontracting of manufacturing, like in make and buy decision, as we discussed yesterday, whether you will be manufacturing these or you will be purchasing that from outside, or you will be partially whatever. Now depend, these all actually decisions are taken based on your financial aspects. Now how much will be money involved in that. So that will be there. Then next is the inventory policies to be followed. Yes, again this is also a planning phase, or planning phase of supply chain management to decide the inventory levels. Is how much do you think these are important inventories? What is significance of inventories in industry functionings? Rajiv,
Yes, sir.
what is significance of inventories in functioning of industries?
Sir, if there is a change in demand, so that we can cater that.
I'm asking what is significance of inventories?
So, like, if there is a change in demand, so inventories would be helpful. Like, if the demand increases.
So if demand is stable, then inventory is not required.
Uh, but we can't. mm, I don't know, sir, right now.
Yes. Okay. Increase this cost. So who is that? Pratik. Yes, Pratik.
Yes, sir. Inventory carrying cost is one factor.
Mm, yeah, these are the costs of inventory. Then no, we are not going to inventory carrying cost. What is that inventory carrying cost?
Sir, carrying cost means if we store the inventory and then we have to pay the rent for the means where we store the inventory, and we have to pay the rent for that space and all.
Yeah.
Means if that inventory is not required, then obviously we stored it somewhere. Then we have to pay the rent. Then if we have to
Insurance of that.
yes sir, interest rates if we borrow the loan from anywhere.
Yeah, okay. Now these are two costs. Now the like ordering cost and inventory carrying cost, isn't it? Now that you might have used now for calculating EOQ, right? I think now that you have done that.
Yes, sir,
Economic
yes, sir.
order quantity, you have done that. So in that case, now you might have studied the ordering cost and inventory carrying cost, and then whatever is the quantity now which gives you least cost. Now that economic order quantity you might have calculated. No, I'm asking now what is significant. मतलब ये inventory का production में कितना, how much it affects on the profit margins. My question is towards what is significance, मतलब ये कितना important है. जैसे जैसे कि
सर अगर मालूम पड़ता है इनमें इन्वेंटरी बहुत बचा है, so you can decide for next term, next cycle we have to reduce the amount of stock products we manufacture, so we can save that amount.
Yes, exactly. What could be the share of this inventory now, as far as the turnover of the industries are concerned? इसका कितना शेयर हो सकता है इन्वेंटरीज का?
No idea, sir.
Any percentage? Now see, the inventory loss funds. Inventory is the major part. Right? Suppose now in some cases now it varies from about 20% to some cases 70%. If suppose 1,000 crores का आपका turnover है तो 700 crores sometimes it is locked in the inventories. So maximum funds are invested now instead of आपके जितने equipments, land और plant के locations लगते हैं उससे ज्यादा inventory में पैसा पैसा अटक के रहता है. So inventory management is the most important aspect for most of the industry. If you fail that, your all financial calculations will collapse and your losses will increase. Inventory management is very important because it has inventory cost is very high. Ordering cost तो ठीक है, it is one time cost, but inventory carrying cost now it is not only the space required, but इसका insurance करना पड़ता है. Some goods are tangible goods, some goods are perishable, some has fixed life. Then your passion will change. Then there will be no demand now. And then nowadays since the product life cycles has reduced, then in that case now the inventory has become very important. So the people are not willing to keep any inventory. That is why now the people are going for just-in-time manufacturing. जब order आता है तब manufacture करो and then sell the product. If you see the product life cycle, life कितना reduce हो गया? What is the life cycle of car? कार का कितना life cycle है? If suppose new car model is launched, what do you think? What is life cycle of car?
10 to 12 years.
Sarvesh, no, I'm asking life cycle. Life cycle is see. Okay, अच्छा. Life cycle क्या है? What do you understand by life cycle? See, life cycle is the life of a product. I'm not life of that. I'm not saying that the life of car. I'm not talking about life of car, but I'm talking about what will be the life of that product. मतलब suppose एक new car design आपने किया तो how long there will be demand for that product by the customer. That is called as a product life cycle. I think you might have studied this product life cycle का जो graph है, that you might have studied. Okay, now see, usually what happens, I see this example. Now the products, if some product is launched into the market and if we see this is the time and this is the sales, then this is not a life. मतलब एक कार मैन्युफैक्चर करने के बाद वो स्पेसिफिक कार कितना टाइम चलेगी, that is not a product life cycle. Product life cycle is that now how long now that product will be in demand. Usually what happens now, suppose whenever you launch a new product, then the demand now starts increasing and then it rises. So this is sales or this is sales or this you can say this is demand. So demand increases. Now what is our intention is there should be maximum demand, but this demand now gets stagnant at some point of time. This may be 6 months, this may be 1 year, or depending upon product, or this may be a 2 months period also. Now what happens now after certain time now it is also that now this demand starts decreasing. Now why this demand decreases? ये demand क्यों decrease होता है?
It becomes redundant.
Yes. There are different things that now some new product comes into the market और लोगों को बहुत ये हो जाता है कि नहीं अभी इतने दिन से हम वही कार देख रहे हैं, we need some different design, something different. People का choice आता है, नहीं I want something different. आप पूछेंगे what exactly you want? No, I want something different. What is that? What does that mean? means I don't want what is existing. So customer now customer जो बोलेगा आपको, आप उनको ये तो नहीं बोल सकते कि आपको पता नहीं कि what do you want and then you are asking me. No, he wants something different. So what now company has to do? Company has to find out now this time. इनको ये टाइम फाइंड आउट करनी कि ये इसी डिमांड कब कम होती है, इसके लिए फोरकास्टिंग और ऑल थिंग्स आर रिक्वायर्ड सो दैट नाउ दे कैन डिसाइड नाउ द व्हेन कैन आई स्टार्ट नाउ द चेंजेस नाउ द इनटू माय प्रोडक्ट। अभी आपने देखा होगा मेनी टाइम्स नाउ दी कार का एक जो मॉडल आता है, तो कार का मॉडल यूजुअली ये 6 महीना या एक साल में दे चेंज द मॉडल। मतलब आप कोई भी कार ले लो, वो एक साल से ज्यादा उसका मॉडल नहीं चलता। दैट इज कॉल्ड एज प्रोडक्ट लाइफ साइकिल, प्रोडक्ट लाइफ ऑफ दैट। मतलब how long that design will be accepted by the customers, that is of the product or product life. Now once that stage has come, the demand for the product on the starts decreasing. अभी नाउ सी एक कोई कंपनी है, कंपनी ये प्रोडक्ट से क्यों प्यार करना है? They don't need to love this product, so they will say that no, yes, if it is ये product die हो गया तो we will launch another product. So now what they need? Now they need to start now the some product now the which has to be launched into the market. As you know that now the suppose now this is the traditional time required for that product to get the demand into the market. So in order to now the get this demand stagnant, ये हो भी सकता है कि usually ये ऐसा demand decrease नहीं होता है, it is stagnant for some time and then actually it starts decreasing. So now what company has to do? Company has to identify this point and they have to launch a new product now the somewhere here, so that now the during that period also इसका demand increase हो जाएगा and it will come somewhere here. So that now the again the demand will be either stagnant or it will go up, or maybe that it will not reach that and it will be here. Company has to see that now the इसकी demand base will be at higher stage. इसका तो डिमांड कम होने वाला है, तो बिफोर इट्स डिमांड diminish now we will launch another product. So this time is called as a product life. So this is a product life of that. So okay, sometimes now it is 1 year, sometimes it is 6 months, and depending upon that then companies now will launch new product. You might have seen टेलीफोन, आपके मोबाइल का प्रोडक्ट लाइफ क्या है? What is product life of mobile? This is a very well known example.
2 years.
2 years. Product life, I am asking. 20 days निवृत्ति, बाप रे, 1 month इतना कम हो गया? I don't know.
4 month.
हाँ, 3-4 months ऑब्वियसली। मतलब सपोज एक नया प्रोडक्ट लाइफ अभी क्या है कि एक सपोज नया मोबाइल आपका मार्केट में आया, तो आज लॉन्च होने के बाद में हाउ मेनी डेज पीपल विल डिमांड दैट इज प्रोडक्ट लाइफ। मतलब सपोज एक लॉन्च 1 जनवरी को सपोज लॉन्च हुआ नया मोबाइल, तो ये मोबाइल की डिमांड कितना महीने तक रहेगी? दैट इज अ प्रोडक्ट लाइफ। सो नाउ इट हैज वेरी लेस, मतलब महीना वगैरह इतना नहीं है, बट मे बी 2-3-4 मंथ्स, 5-6 मंथ्स किसके इसमें। एप्पल कितने दिन के बाद नया ये लॉन्च करता है? आईफोन है 6 मंथ्स, या 6 मंथ्स में नया मॉडल आता है। दैट इज द लाइफ साइकिल। तो एप्पल के फोन की मतलब समटाइम्स नो दी पीपल थिंक दैट नो दी अभी आईफोन क्या 13 चला है ना, क्या कौन से चल रहा है? व्हाट इज दिस मॉडल?
13.
अरे सॉरी 13 है क्या?
हाँ सर.
हाँ 13 है। तो सम पीपल से दैट नहीं अभी 13 क्यों ले रहा है, 6 महीने के बाद तो 14 आएगा और उसके बहुत अच्छे फीचर्स है। तो कस्टमर्स आल्सो नो दैट ये प्रोडक्ट का लॉन्च होने वाला है। अभी सी व्हाट इज नीड, अभी नाउ व्हाई पीपल आर पेइंग सो मच मनी फॉर 13। तो 13 इतना अच्छा ही रहेगा। 6 महीने के बाद ऐसी कौन सी टेक्नोलॉजी चेंज होने जाने वाली कि आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट भी बहुत बदलने वाली? Isn't it? Technology will not be changing much high. Then what will be changing? सृष्टि क्या चेंज हो जाएगा 6 महीने के बाद? सृष्टि, am I audible? सृष्टि वंदन, am I audible to you? Why there is 6 months? See, there is now summer demand has changed. इनका रिक्वायरमेंट चेंज हो गया, सो दे से दैट नहीं अभी दैट इज ओल्ड फैशन। सी टेक्नोलॉजी विल नॉट, फंक्शंस विल नॉट चेंज। थोड़ा जो भी व्हाटएवर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स दे हैव characteristics will be changed by some small amount. अभी कार भी redesign करते हो क्या? Do they redesign? No, they don't redesign engine. वो सब पीछे का जो लाइट्स तो कभी कभी
Cost will change.
सॉरी please repeat that, Srushti.
Sorry, sir.
What? Repeat that. I couldn't hear you.
Sir, I said the cost will change.
Why cost will change? No, we are talking about the customer demands and how customer demands are changing.
Sorry, sir, your voice is not.
Okay, is that for you or for others? Is that clear? Am I audible? Okay, I think she has some problem. Okay, see, the cost and all these things. Forget that. Now that see, company will take benefit if there is demand and they are pushing the products into the market. Then they will say, अभी कोई भी cost करेंगे और उसके लिए customer दे रहा है तो they will take it, because any objective of any organization, industry especially is to earn more profits. So what is changing is that now the people का mindset change हो रहा है, isn't it? Now this is not, there is no any need. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि 6 महीने के बाद बहुत नीड चेंज हो रही है एंड द ओल्ड मॉडल दैट इज आईफोन 13 इज नॉट वर्केबल फॉर देम, ऐसा नहीं है. People's demands are changing, fashions are changing, and social statuses are changing. So that is why now these demands are there. Whatever it is, now the as industries are concerned, हमारा डिमांड चेंज हो रहा है तो हमें चेंज करना पड़ेगा. द प्रोडक्ट लाइफ साइकिल है चेंज. ये 6 महीना आ गया है तो 6 महीने के बाद हमें चेंज करना पड़ेगा. इफ वो 4 महीने के बाद होता है तो दो दिन मे बी आईफोन Apple has to launch a product now after 4 months. Now because this demands are changing, and then what we were discussing about the inventory, and so the inventories need to be changed. इसके लिए inventory ज़्यादा नहीं रख सकते हैं, because the product life cycles now has reduced, and so this inventories now should be less. Timing and size of now the marketing promotions, now that is also a planning phase. Now when we will have marketing promotions. Abhi see, there is a strategy for marketing promotions. Marketing promotions are done when there are less demands, isn't it? Now as we see that now हमने ये जो product life cycle हमने देखा, तो उसमें हमने देखा कि what is how the demand is changing. मतलब इसका डिमांड का कैसे चेंज हो रहा है. Now suppose that now if you see the demands, then demands are not also statics. Now they are changing. Now if you see the sales now over the year, now suppose now you are changing from January to December, then you will see that now the demands are changing, something like that. Now suppose now these demands are less here, then demand from January, February, March, suppose this is February, March, the demands are likewise. Then in May, June demands are increasing, then July demands are very less. Then again now from August now the demands are there. Then suppose this is December, then again the demands are increasing in November and December. So because this is India, in India this is festival season, this is marriage season. तो यहाँ पे बहुत सारे sales होते हैं, यहाँ पे sales होते हैं, यहाँ पे sales होते हैं. But this is the time now where sales are less, and in that case now we have to launch some schemes now in which now the sales can be increased. इसके लिए तो आप देखते हैं कि ये सब जुलाई में सेल्स होते हैं, isn't it? जुलाई में आपको ये what is that, rainy season start होता है. that time lot of sales are there. आप कोई भी मॉल में जाओ आपको बहुत सारे सेल्स दिखेंगे. The reason is that demand in that period is less, and in order to ये सब डिमांड का नॉर्मलाइजेशन करने के लिए they keep the sales. तो इसके लिए ये जुलाई में आप ऑफर देते हैं कि you purchase 5 and pay for 3, or 3 plus 2, or 50% off, 20% off, 30% off, whatever it is. Now it increases the demand. नॉर्मली क्या होता है, डिमांड इंक्रीज होता है, मतलब क्या होता है कि डिमांड का नॉर्मलाइजेशन होता है. There is normalization of demand, or there is a early purchasing. So some people now who has planned that now suppose जिनको मालूम है कि हमारा शादी आने वाला है ये में, तो वो बोलते कि नहीं अभी इसका परचेसिंग हम करके रखेंगे, so that now we can save on the cost. अभी लोगों को मालूम है कि ये फेस्टिवल आता है, समटाइम्स पीपल डू दैट, ये 15 अगस्त का एक सेल रहता है। देन अगेन जनवरी में भी देखो, अभी यूजुअली अक्टूबर नवंबर ये फेस्टिवल्स दिवाली वगैरह होने के बाद नाउ द पीपल देन डोंट गो फॉर, ये दिसंबर में जनवरी में ये सेल्स भी बहुत सारे रहते हैं। अभी भी देखो आ रहा है इंडिपेंडेंस डे सेल वगैरह, ये जनवरी में आता है, बिकॉज बिकॉज नाउ डेज नाउ देयर आर लेस सेल्स एंड इन ऑर्डर टू नॉर्मलाइज द सेल्स, ये डिमांड दे विल पुल दिस डिमांड, और दे विल लॉन्च सम सेल्स हियर, वहां पे डिमांड कम है तो यहाँ सेल करो, सो दैट ये जो डिमांड है दैट डिमांड विल बी पुल। See, after all, whatever is customer requirement, that is going to be same. अभी सपोज 100 की रिक्वायरमेंट है तो 100 की रिक्वायरमेंट नाउ यू कैन पुश इट टू 110, जैसे कि जिनको जो जरूरत नहीं वो चीजें उनके घर में पुश करके आप डिमांड इतनी बढ़ा सकते हैं 110 तक। बट 110 की 150 नहीं होगी, कि मतलब 1.5 गुना पीपल अननेसेसरी थिंग्स परचेस नहीं करेंगे। व्हाट कैन बी डन, दिस कैन बी नॉर्मलाइज, ये डिमांड है, ये डिमांड यहाँ पे आप पुल कर सकते हैं, सो दैट नाउ दिस कैन बी नॉर्मलाइज। सो नॉर्मलाइजेशन के लिए you can have some schemes, and you can launch some promotions. So these promotions now is also planning phase, and uncertainty in demand and exchange rate and competition now the over time, ये normalization भी क्यों करना चाहिए, why normalization will be required, how will it help for businesses, normalization? Yes, how
Inventory,
normalization will help? Sorry.
inventory management,
Yes,
sir.
exactly. Yes, very good point. So this is required for inventory management. Otherwise, stocks बहुत बढ़ जाएंगे, and then inventory cost will increase. Then out of fashion हो जाएंगे. Then there will also be more pressure on manufacturing in season days. इसके लिए आपने देखा होगा कि seasons में बहुत सारे factories वगैरह बहुत time पे चलती होती है. So in order to normalize that, instead of manufacturing, otherwise what industry has to do? Industry has to manufacture in the week's end, and then you have to store that. So in spite of that, now the डिमांड को ही हम नॉर्मलाइज कर देंगे, डिमांड ही हम शिफ्ट कर देंगे। सो दैट इज व्हाट नाउ द स्ट्रेटजीज नाउ व्हिच इज डन, एंड दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट प्लानिंग एस्पेक्ट, मतलब सप्लाई चेन में ये भी आपको डिसाइड करना है कि मेरी डिमांड्स कैसी रहेंगी, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली नाउ हाउ विल आई प्रमोट द डिमांड। तो इसका प्रमोशन दैट इज आल्सो पार्ट ऑफ सप्लाई चेन प्रमोशन, और इंक्रीज द कॉस्ट, मतलब जो सीजन है तो सीजन में कॉस्ट इंक्रीज करो, सो देयर विल बी लेस डिमांड, एंड whenever there are limited capacities, now you have to do that. That is why now if you see the transportation industry और ये जो फ्लाइट का इंडस्ट्री है, दैट इंडस्ट्री नाउ दे डू दैट। इसके लिए तो सीजन में रेट्स इतने सारे बढ़ा के रखते हैं कि इन दिवाली, और होटल रेट्स, होटल का रेट्स भी आपको फ्लेक्सिबल रहता है, बिकॉज इन ऑर्डर टू नॉर्मलाइज द डिमांड। बीच में एक पॉलिसी गवर्नमेंट में लाया था कि ये ट्रेन का फेयर्स था, वो भी उन्होंने डिमांड से कोरिलेट किया था। इसमें बहुत सारा लोगों ने ये भी किया था कि व्हाई गवर्नमेंट इज मेकिंग मनी, लोगों को जब जरूरत है तो इतना प्राइस बढ़ा के रखते हैं। The need for government was not to earn money from that. Are you getting it? The main reason was to normalize the demand. उनको डिमांड नॉर्मलाइज करनी थी, उनको प्राइस इसके लिए बढ़ाने थे कि लोग कम ऑप्ट करेंगे उसी टाइम पे जाने के लिए, एंड देन दैट डिमांड विल बी नॉर्मलाइज, सो दे विल थिंक दैट नहीं उस टाइम बहुत कॉस्ट होती है। अभी देखो वो ये यूजुअली हम जब वेकेशंस वगैरह प्लान करते हैं, मिडिल क्लास पीपल, ऑल दैट टाइम पीपल थिंक दैट नहीं उस टाइम पे उसके प्राइसेस, कॉस्ट ऑफ फ्लाइट्स विल बी वेरी हाई, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट बहुत ज्यादा रहेगा, होटल्स के कॉस्ट ज्यादा रहेंगे, सो विल थिंक दैट नहीं, इंस्टेड ऑफ नाउ दिस वी विल डिसाइड, वी मतलब ईयर एंड में कोई प्लान टूर करने के बजाय वी विल प्लान इट नाउ समवेयर हियर। अदरवाइज यू सी द वीकेंड्स पे भी आपको होटल्स के कॉस्ट आपको बहुत ज्यादा दिखेंगे, बिकॉज डिमांड, this is in order to normalize the demand, and this is very much required as far as now the industries are concerned. So this is then to work on the uncertainty and competition of the over the time. This is the second phase, and the third phase of the supply chain is the manufacturing phase. Now this is actually operational phase and functional phase. Now this is the last page. Now we will discuss it in the next lecture. See, I know that now we are giving more time, but there are more concepts on which we are associated, which are associated now with these phases. And so, along with only the phases or some discussion, we are also discussing these concepts now, the how they are related. So that in this first chapter, even this is the basic chapter, fundamental chapter, most of the concepts, our concepts on which are required for understanding the supply chains in better way, we will be covering. And this maybe sometimes you will think that now we are spending more time, but this is required now in order to uh, like get our concepts now clear. Yes, any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, if you have, then you can even ask me later. Just let me complete your attendance. But I'll share the screen so that you can see the attendance. Okay. Okay, that 17th I will be updating. Yes, Karthik.
Yes, sir.
Then Shrikant,
Yes, sir.
Aditya, Munish,
Yes, sir.
Rakesh,
Present, sir.
Karthak,
Yes, sir.
Gurpreet, Abhishek,
Yes, sir.
Vedant,
Yes,
Amar,
sir.
Ansari Mohammed,
Yes, sir.
Nikhil,
Yes, sir.
Ashkal,
Yes, sir.
Siddesh,
Yes, sir.
Devir Singh,
Present, sir.
Mrityunjay,
Yes, sir.
Ravi,
Yes, sir.
Apol,
Yes, sir.
Sagar,
Yes, sir.
Venkatesh,
Yes, sir.
Suraj,
Yes, sir.
Ritik, Jayant,
Yes, sir.
Shubham,
Yes, sir.
Arnav,
Yes, sir.
Atharva, Shreyas,
Yes, sir.
Shlok,
Yes, sir.
Jai, Vishwajit, Monil,
Present, sir.
Harsh,
Present, sir.
Adesh,
Yes, sir.
Tanmay,
Present, sir.
Rahul,
Sir.
Chaitanya,
Yes, sir.
Rahil,
Yes, sir.
Ayush, Kaustubh, Arbaz, Rajiv,
Present, sir.
Ravi,
Yes, sir.
Ryan, Ritvik,
Yes, sir.
Sagar,
Yes, sir.
Chant,
Yes, sir.
Sanat,
Yes, sir.
Sarvesh,
Yes, sir.
Parva, Gufran,
Yes, sir.
Aniket,
Yes, sir.
Bhushan,
Yes, sir.
Tejas,
Yes, sir.
Abhishek,
Yes, sir. Present.
Manas,
Present.
Varun,
Present, sir.
Yash,
Present, sir.
Arya,
Yes, sir.
Omkar,
Present, sir.
Hemant Kumar,
Yes, sir.
Shivpriya,
Yes, sir.
Charvari,
Present, sir.
Kaveri,
Present, sir.
Kaveri,
Present, sir.